Ms. Brooks, are you with us? Ms. Gosh Johns, are you with us? Here we are. Hello. Okay. Great. So before you begin, I just need to swear you under oath to ensure that your testimony is accurate. So if you could just raise your right hand so that we can see it on your video screen. Do you swear or affirm under penalty of law that the testimony you're about to provide to the Council of the District of Columbia and this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Great. Why don't we start with Ms. Brooks, if you want to provide your testimony first.
All right. Yes, thank you very much. And good afternoon, Chairperson Henderson and members of the committee. My name is Joanna Brooks, and it is my pleasure to receive your consideration for my nomination to serve on the DC Board of Massage Therapy. I am deeply grateful to Mayor Bowser for renominating me to the board, and I'm honored to have this opportunity to continue serving the residents of our district. I've been a licensed and practicing massage therapist since April of 2000, with 14 years licensed and practicing here in the District of Columbia. My career in massage therapy led me to work in a vast range of settings and with a tremendously diverse cross-section of people, both as clients and as colleagues. My experience over the past 2 decades have provided me with a well-rounded background essential in understanding the various aspects, viewpoints, and historical landscape of the profession. I have been fortunate to serve clients through private office practice, in world-class spas, resorts, and hotels, and in collaboration with chiropractors, acupuncturists, physical therapists, OBGYNs, and general medical practitioners. I have also provided therapeutic services to clients in-home and in hospital settings, in professional sports arenas, and through corporate employee well-being programs. From 2013 until the pandemic closed our doors in March of 2020, I was the CEO and founder of On-Site Massage, a corporate and events massage company serving companies and organizations prioritizing their employees' health and well-being. We also partnered with organizations like Destination DC to provide services at convention center events and around town. I hired and managed more than 30 licensed massage therapists as independent contractors and was able to pay above market wages for contracted services. Before my appointment to the Board of Massage Therapy, I served for 2 years as Vice President of the DC chapter of the American Massage Therapy Association. In this role, I provided strategic direction and support to the president and to chapter members. Since September 2018, it has been my great pleasure to serve as a board member on the Board of Massage Therapy, doing my part to help ensure the standards for practicing professionals here in the district remain high. In addition to participating in bi-monthly meetings and making advisory decisions pertaining to licensing and regulation, I've been able to use my voice as an advocate for raising the bar on initial and continuing education requirements for therapists. When I first became a massage therapist, I quickly realized that helping people understand their anatomy, physiology, and kinesiology was only a fraction of what I had signed up for. The actual massage part of being a massage therapist was easy. Ensuring that I was, in fact, educated and able to hold confidently the trust of my clients was top priority. One of the most wonderful and yet often overlooked aspects of our profession is that it requires a combination of both hard and soft skills. The ability to work effectively with muscle, tendon, and tissue, but also to facilitate safe and trusted spaces, to conduct needs assessments with care, and communicate with compassion. All of these are integral aspects of what we do, and I care very much about supporting this well-rounded approach. Moving forward, I am excited to continue to build upon and expand the efforts of the board to maintain a high standard of practice and ethics for massage therapists who work in the district, and also maintain a positive, safe, and healing experience for the public that we serve. There is no doubt that the profession of massage therapy is a high-value offering in a sometimes high-stress city that thrives on overachievement and excellence. I would love to see DC continue to relax, de-stress, and receive the quality of wellness support that allows its dedicated people to rest, restore themselves, and keep going. To this end, I look forward to continuing the work of revising regulations governing practice here in the district. This will bring the regulations up to date with the current professional landscape and national norms, especially in the areas of education and continuing education, which will provide a better framework for moving forward and serve to mitigate future questions that may arise. I'm also eager to continue the work and dialogue we've already begun with members of the Federation of Massage Therapy Boards, Regulatory Education and Competence Hub, and the National Certification Board for Therapeutic Massage and Bodywork to create a comprehensive course on ethics, boundaries, and code of conduct. The board has an essential role in safeguarding the public and in ensuring that the standards of care and practice here in the district remain high. It is my intention to utilize my expertise and continue working in collaboration with others who similarly support these goals. The district is a beautiful city in which to live, and the health and well-being of its residents is incredibly important. Thank you, Madam Chairperson, for your time and consideration. I would be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you so much. Ms. Goss-Johns?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chairman Henderson and members of the committee. I am Maisha Goss-Johns, and it is my pleasure to receive your consideration for my nomination to serve on the Board of Massage Therapy. I am deeply grateful to Mayor Muriel Bowser for nominating me and really honored to have this opportunity to serve the residents of our district. I am a current resident of Ward 4, and I am proud to work alongside many other public servants throughout the district. I've been a district resident for the past 20 years, and my time in the district has been enormously fulfilling. Raising my children here has brought me tremendous joy. As a district resident, I care deeply about continuing to embed a legacy of health and well-being for all fellow residents and solidify the district's status as a world-class destination for all. My enthusiastic support of and engagement with the district's community commenced almost immediately upon arrival. I began service 19 years ago as a member of the YWCA board of the National Capital Area, and subsequently volunteered at Lafayette Public School in Ward 4. For the past decade, I've also been a Girl Scout volunteer for troops headquartered through People's Congregational Church in Ward 4. And most recently, Judge Beatty Arthur swore me in as a court-appointed special advocate for youth appointed by the Family Court of the Superior Court of the District. Professionally, I began practicing law in 1998, and my career has led me through various international and domestic roles in the diplomatic corps, private and public sectors. I currently work at the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, headquartered in the district. I joined the corporation in 2012 and spent much of my tenure as a senior international advisor. Today, I feel privileged to lead the corporation's efforts to improve financial health for low and moderate income individuals to enable their ability to fully meet ongoing financial obligations, feel secure in their financial futures, and make choices that allow enjoyment of life. My professional dedication to well-being extends to my personal life as well. Massage restored my ability after illness. It is a central pillar of my self-care regimen and incorporated into my personal and professional travel experiences. As a consumer, I understand the significant trust placed in the hands of one's chosen massage therapist. I also know, as a regular professional and personal host of visitors to the district, that a restorative massage experience in the hands of a licensed professional can greatly increase one's positive association with the district, encourage repeat visits, and ultimately contribute to the district's economy. As the resident population grows and travel to the district increases, the need to assure proper licensure and the adjudication of complaints will increase. As a trained attorney, regulatory professional, and compliance strategist, I believe I can play an essential role in safeguarding the practice of massage therapy here in the district. Overall, I believe my professional experience, education, and life experiences are a perfect blend of skills for this board. I'm not afraid to voice my opinions, and I believe robust debates among skilled and diverse individuals enable comprehensive problem solving and stronger outcomes. I also strongly believe in public service, protecting the well-being of all district residents and visitors, and professional excellence. For these reasons, it is my strong desire to serve as a consumer member on the Board of Massage Therapy. Thank you, Madam Chairperson, for the opportunity to testify before this committee. And I also would be happy to respond to any questions from you or your fellow members of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much to both of you for your willingness to serve. We'll do 5-minute rounds really quickly. So I'll just add a couple of questions if that's okay. Ms. Brooks, since you have already served on the board, I'm wondering if you can share some information about the current landscape in terms of the massage therapy field, such as the number of massage therapists practicing or any notable trends or challenges you're sort of seeing within the industry right now.
Absolutely, and thank you. One of the things that we have seen in the last few years is a decline in licensure. So we do our licensure rounds every 2 years here in the district. And the last licensure round ended in January 31st, of this year. Prior to that, it was January of 2021. And so in January of 2021, I believe, and I don't have the exact numbers, but I believe that the numbers of licensed therapists here in the district were in the 900s. In this round this year, January 2023, we saw a decline to the 600s. We attribute this to the hardships and the challenges that massage therapists and the massage therapy industry in general faced during the pandemic, which was an extreme hardship. As you can imagine, our profession requires that we be in close proximity to people. And the pandemic limited that ability for massage therapists to practice. And so we've seen a decline in numbers as many massage therapists were forced to pivot professions during the pandemic in search of more sustainable and viable income. And so one of the priorities, I guess, would be to kind of understand a little bit better, now that we are on the upswing again, what the current landscape actually looks like for those licensees here in the district.
That definitely makes sense. How often does the board meet, and typically what's the duration of those meetings?
So we meet every 2 months, bi-monthly, and the duration of the meetings scheduled is around 3 hours, but we often meet between 3 and 4 hours, depending on what the agenda calls for.
I imagine because you're meeting bi-monthly, there are lots of things that are kind of piling up that might lead to those long minutes. You said 3 hours, and it's like, don't change your mind. Thank you again for serving that. Scott Jones, don't change your mind. We
Yes, please.
Are there some key challenges or areas of improvement that the board has encountered? Like, for instance, in some of the other boards that we've talked to, they've made some changes around who can approve licenses, letting the staff do it as opposed to every application needing to come before the board. I'm just curious if you all have done any of that in your tenure.
Well, the applications themselves are actually reviewed by those of the Department of Health. And so we review applications that they have flagged as
Okay.
potentially problematic. And so that's what comes before the board, are the applications that don't actually quickly pass and need additional review. So we review those as a board.
Ms. Gosh Jones, what are you, as the consumer representative, what do you see as your top priorities for serving on the board?
Sure. Well, I'm excited to align my priorities with the current priorities of the board itself. And I really hope to lend a role and a voice in adjudicating complaints, especially, and understanding the unique challenges and how the board can potentially align itself with other DC boards to help alleviate some of the challenges that they currently face through exposure and partnership with other DC boards and bodies that may lend itself to uplifting licensure, as you mentioned, number one, and promoting the profession along with other professions in the district as a viable option for people looking and searching for educational opportunities for full-time employment.
Okay, out of time on this round. Councilmember Nadeau, do you have any questions for these nominees?
Thank you, Madam Chair. No, I don't have any questions, but thank you very much for putting yourselves forth to be nominated.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Councilmember.
much.
I think you all pretty covered in your testimonies covered many of my questions. Just for process sake, have you all submitted your testimonies to us for the record?
Yes, we have.
Okay, great. And the questionnaire, or for those who are listening, we did send some pre-hearing questions to all of the nominees. It's about conflict of interest, those kinds of things, and you all have returned all of that paperwork. And so hold on just one second. Ms. Brooks, I wanted to ask, again, since you're currently on the board, have you all had challenge with vacancies in terms of getting members to serve?
As of late, yes. We had some turnover happen last November or December, where we had several of the board members who had served their term elected not to move forward with another term. And so we've been in process to recruit and bring on more people. And so this is a part of that process here.
Right.
But I do have some people in mind that I would like to reach out to see if they would be interested in serving on the board. And hopefully we can get those seats filled.
Okay, yeah. So we actually are in the process of about to introduce some legislation. Well, there are two different things that are going on. So one, DC Health will at some point in the near future be transmitting to us some revisions to the HORA, the Health Occupation Regulations Amendment Act, which sets up the standards for each of the professional boards and commissions under DC Health. And then separately, the committee is planning to introduce legislation to look at the residency requirements for some of these professional licensing boards, recognizing that while we have lots of people who may be licensed here, there may be a significantly smaller percentage of those who are licensed here who are actually residents of the district. Do you have any thoughts on that?
That's a great question. So you're proposing a possibility that those who don't actually live here in the district but are licensed here in the district could have the opportunity to serve on the board?
Correct. So we have some of the licensing boards, and I don't have the full numbers in front of me, but they have 20% of their folks who are licensed in the district who are actually residents of the district, which means it's a smaller pool to draw from. So we have some other folks who have they want to serve. They've been practicing in the district for 20, 30 years, but because they don't live here, they don't have the opportunity to be on the board.
Absolutely. Well, I think that it's something that we should take a look into and see what percentage of the licensees here in the district are actually residents of the district. And it's something that I'm certainly willing to discuss.
Awesome. Well, we'll be calling on all the boards whenever that particular legislation comes forward. But at this particular juncture, I don't have any further questions. If you guys have any other things you want to add.
No, just thank you for your consideration.
All right.
Yes. Thank you very much for your time.
I want to thank each of you for agreeing to serve the district as a member of this board. And for those watching at home, this is our PSA. Volunteering for a mayoral board or commission is an excellent way to give back to the District of Columbia, inform program and policy decisions. And so if you're interested in serving, you can go to the Mayor's Office of Talents and Appointments website for a full list of information there. But this concludes today's roundtable on the nominations for the boards to massage therapy. The time is 1:47 and this roundtable is adjourned. As I mentioned before, so we're going to take a 5-minute break and then we'll be right back here for the continuation of our markup. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.